I didn't look at my phone that morning, not when I slipped into the dress, not when I tied the last thread of lace at the back. I knew it would be buzzing, calls, texts, rage dressed up as concern. I could already picture them outside the locked doors of the chapel, faces pressed against the glass like starved animals, desperate, furious, afraid, because for the first time they weren't invited. And it wasn't an accident, it was my revenge. Growing up, I thought family meant safety. It meant belonging. But with mine, it was a performance, a stage where everyone had a role. My brothers were the golden sons. My sisters, the delicate ornaments. And me? I was the crack in the mirror. Too blunt, too strange, too much. They never said it outright. Instead, it came in silences, in the way they skimmed past me in conversation, in the invitations that never arrived. One by one, I watched them marry. Each wedding a parade of joy, music, and speeches I never heard because my name was never on the guest list. When I asked, they smiled with pity. "You wouldn't enjoy it. It's not really your scene. Don't take it personally." But I did, every time. I swallowed it like glass. The last straw wasn't even a wedding, it was my sister's engagement party. I only found out because a coworker posted a photo online. Her standing under fairy lights, champagne in hand, my family gathered like a perfect painting. Everyone was there. Everyone except me. That was the moment the glass inside me stopped cutting and turned to steel. I realized the truth. They didn't forget me. They erased me. I didn't scream. I didn't beg for inclusion. I smiled, waited, watched. If they wanted me to be the outsider, then I'd play the role to perfection, but I'd write the ending myself. I started planning long before I met my husband, long before the proposal. Every wedding I was excluded from, I took notes. The venues, the traditions, the guest lists. I learned what they valued most: appearances, status, control. And then I made sure my wedding would be everything they craved, except they'd be shut out, watching it burn through the glass. First, I kept quiet, didn't post about the engagement, didn't announce a thing. Silence was my weapon. Then I built my guest list, friends who had become family, colleagues who had lifted me when bled had left me behind, people who loved me without conditions. I booked the same cathedral my eldest brother had used, the same photographer, the same caterer, not out of nostalgia, out of strategy. I wanted them to see everything they had denied me reflected back in perfection. I mailed invitations carefully, discreetly, and when cousins asked if my parents were invited, I told them the truth. No, they're not. The whispers spread. I let them, because rumors are a knife. They cut fastest when you don't touch them. Finally, I chose the date, a week after my sister's wedding. Deliberate, calculated. I let her bask in her spotlight, knowing I'd steal the echo of it when mine followed like thunder. The morning of my wedding, my phone trembled nonstop. They had discovered the truth. First came the denial texts. We thought it was a mistake. Then the anger. How could you do this to your own family? And finally, the begging. Please, we'll come quietly. Just let us in. I ignored every word. When I walked down the aisle, the church was full. Not of them, but of love. Real love. People cheering not because of bloodlines, but because they chose me. Halfway through the ceremony, I caught a shadow through the stained glass. My mother's face, blurred by colors, eyes wet, mouth twisted. For once, I didn't feel small. For once, I didn't ache to be chosen. I had chosen myself. Later, I heard the meltdown was spectacular. My father raged about respect. My siblings wept about betrayal. They told anyone who'd listen that I had humiliated them. They were right. But what they didn't understand, and never will, is that I didn't do it out of spite. I did it out of survival. Years of silence, years of exclusion, years of being told without words that I didn't belong. This was my answer, my confession, my closure. As I kissed my husband, I realized something sharp and liberating. Family isn't blood. Family is who shows up. And when it mattered most, they didn't. So when it mattered most for me, I didn't let them in. I'll never forget the sound of their fists on the locked doors. Not because it haunted me, because it freed me.